We're Retro Talk Forum.
Come on through. Let's talk kicks. Let's talk 80s, 90s nostalgia, man.
What's happening? What's happening in? What's happening in? Who got the props?
Who got them?
Who got the props? What's going on, everybody? What's cracking lacking? We're back in the building. Retro Talk Forum for the one time. And I'm here with my brother from another mother. Can you introduce yourself, please, sir?
Yes, sir, I can. How's my mic?
Your mic sounds pretty good there, brother. You must have a new microphone there, sir.
Yes, I do. Thanks for asking.
You know, when we get something new, we want to lean in real close and like, mic check 1 2 1 2.
You know, we don't know how to act when we get shit.
You ain't lying, bro. Yeah, like you ain't never had nothing before. They should have never gave you money.
Like Juvenile said, acting like a nigga that ain't never had shit.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you? How was your weekend, man? Oh, yeah. Introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah. You know, it's been a minute since we did this, man. So it is I, your boy, Black Ass African, aka BAA, aka for those that's in the circle, Marvin. I am hashtag Sneaker Historian, hashtag Retro Talk Nation. Thanks once again for y'all tuning in to Retro Talk Forum. This is volume 32, is it? I think 31, 32, one of them, something like that.
One of them. It's one of them.
Yeah.
We just here. That's all I know. We here.
Yeah,
it's been a long weekend for your boy. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the gym all weekend, but we here.
That's right. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get some business out the way. You know, let's go ahead and talk about the sponsor. Get the sponsor for us right quick.
Let them know who the sponsor is.
Sponsor is Lift Heavy Clothing. Hashtag defy your genetics. Hashtag defy your greatness. Shop at lfthvy.com. Use discount code RetroTalk. Save you some coins. But with the quality that the guys over there, Lift Heavy Clothing, have, don't use the discount code. Help a black business out.
Right. Help our brother out, man.
Yes, sir.
Beard Jedi.
Shout out to Beard Jedi, though. Great quality, great customer service.
Now, Beard, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do have a blackout collection coming. I know you had gave access to, you know what I'm saying, a few people, which I'll admit I slipped on. But from my understanding, I believe you are coming back out with the blackout collection, the Lift Heavy. And, bruh, it's dope. Dope quality shirts. You know what I mean? They fit good. The quality, the attention to details that he puts on his product, and the care that he puts on his product, the shipping and everything. You know, it's on point. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with my brother Beard Jedi and Lift Heavy Clothing.
Right.
Throwback King.
Beard is AKA Jack Swagless for those who don't know.
Yes. Young Cascade.
I'm acting like I ain't never had none, man. I got a new mic. I don't know how to act right now.
Yeah, he's speaking into the mic. That's what. Pause.
Whoa! You see that eyeball right there? Whoa!
Like you pick it out the corner. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to chat real quick, man. We got Rice Gold in here. Beard Jedi coming through. My man Beard Jedi. DS Kicks. Appreciate you coming through. Throwback King.
Throwback. What's good, man?
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all coming through, man, and come kicking it with us, man. We really do appreciate it, man. We really do appreciate y'all coming in because, you know, we ain't nobody. You know, we just a couple of cats that just, you know, like talk about old stuff. We some old farts.
Yeah,
you know
for real.
And you know, we'll never be as good as Talking Kicks. Shout out to them. 8:30 Eastern Time, Wednesdays, 7:30 Central Time. Wednesdays. Come through and kick it with them, man. Hilarious brothers. Hilarious brothers.
Facts.
For real.
Facts. Yeah, hit that like button. I know we don't say that a lot on this show, but I think it's time we need to start saying hit that like button. It goes a long way. It keeps us in your algorithm if you don't, get the notifications if you're not subbed up or anything like that. So y'all hit that like button, man. Help us out. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get there. We can get there with y'all help, man. So we appreciate that. Now, Beard, I'm not missing the playoffs. I got it on TV right there. I got it on TV, but I just on mute. So, I got to do the show. I got to do what I got to do, man. I ain't missed the playoffs. we got another one that popped in. Shout out to Warren Coleman.
Warren Coleman, what's good,
through.
bro?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love to everybody coming through in the chat, man. We really appreciate it.
As you see, I got my New York attire right here. It is a New York Knicks day for me. Shout out to the New York Knicks, man. Shout out to those New York Knicks. Because it's been almost 10 years since you've been in the playoffs.
Doing that all show. You're gonna be leaning in.
You damn right.
Oh man.
Hey man, it's like I need that, man. I need to, it's clarity when you get like this. I want you to hear what I'm saying when I'm like this. Check. See? It's clear.
Yeah, the clarification.
Yeah, man, we just playing around, man. We appreciate y'all for coming through. We got a dope topic for y'all. If you're into like 80s arcades, that's going to be the topic today. But we got to get some things out the way real quick. We're going to talk about, are we doing what we wore, or we're not doing anything today?
It's on you. Like I said, I've been in the gym all day, man. My son had I'm taking it off right now as we speak. I been in the gym all day. My son had a tournament this weekend, and they won Friday night, lost Saturday, and then had to be at the gym at 7:30 this morning. Pop, what's good, brother? Blessings on you, King. Oh, blessings on you, King, not my King. King.
Hello there, Pop. How are you doing today, fine sir?
Oh man, it's gonna be a good show. I can tell you that already. But yeah, I was in the gym all day. My boys, they won the tournament championship. Had to play 3 games today. Started out at 8:30 this morning. We had another game at 1. The game at 1 went into overtime. Right. That one game right there, that was a great game. And then the first game they blew them out by like 30. Second game, overtime, won by like 5, 6. And then the last game, they blew them out too. One of my son's teammates had a nasty dunk in the game. And these 10th graders.
Ooh. So
all 10th graders.
14, 15 years old?
Yeah, this is what I wore, the Bread 13 in a nutshell.
Which year is that, sir?
Oh, this the most latest one.
Oh, the recent one, like 17, I think.
Yeah, 17. Like I didn't get the one that didn't have the 3M. And I can't wear what was the one before that? The 2004. What? Yeah, 2004. I can't wear that one no more.
I got you. So actually, I left mine in the house, but I actually had the DB5s on today.
What?
Some inkling just say, "Hey, man, look here. You need to put me on, man. You really need to put me on."
I see.
I don't
appreciate you, Warren Coleman. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Because I was like, I ain't want to put them on, so I put them on just to go to Lowe's. Ain't that something? Just to go to Lowe's, but that's what I had on, man. The DB5s, one of my my all-time grails right there. Even though it's fairly recent.
You snapped with that one.
Hey man, I was going to ask you about with your son's team. What defense do they play? Do they play like a 3-2 zone or man-to-man?
Man, they switch it up. They go from, it depends on who they playing, because they kind of feel them out first. One thing I can say, when they put that full court press on, see, they got some runners, man, and they got some people that'll hustle.
Right.
They play real good team ball together. You know what I mean? And they help each other out. So when they get that full court press going on, it's hard to stop them because they create turnovers, and then they got some, like I said, they got some dogs out there, man, that's gonna run and ain't
Right.
scared to get no contact or anything. So yeah, I mean it varies. It varies. They switch from man. It depends on um. Let me see. It depends on if they're up or not. You know what I mean? Most of the time
Right.
they start out pressing.
Right.
And then, when they get a feel of the team, that's when they might go to man, from man to man to man.
Like
But most of
when
the
I
time
was
it's they're in man though.
right when I was coaching my son, I ain't gonna make this long. When I was coaching my son, like I started out pressing because I wanted them to know I wanted to set the tone right out the bat. So we pressed until we got maybe a 10-point lead. Then I
Hmm.
take my starters out, and then I put like my reserves in, like my second squad. I get them on a zone, 2-3 zone, and I always
Hmm.
had a guy. Now, mind you, I was coaching at the time it was 12 to 14-year-olds. So I always had a guy that was roughly my height, maybe a little bit shorter. So yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah, some of these kids, I be saying like, man, double check their birth certificate.
man, this team we played, it was like a church league team, and to me, they look like Princeton. You know how Princeton had that Princeton offense? That's how they played. Like they was making all the right cuts. They weren't very athletic, but they knew the fundamentals of the basketball game, and that's what some of these kids need to learn in order to grow because they always think it has to be about who can dunk or who can do the most dribbling and shooting the farthest threes or whatever. So yeah, man. Detroit, what's good, man? So yeah, man. I commend your son on that, man. His team, big props to y'all, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And
Warren
all
Coleman, he goes from the 3 to the 4. He's My son is not really a scorer. He's mainly in there for rebounds and defense. You know what I mean? So
Dennis Rodman.
uh, um not necessarily a Dennis Rodman, but he flies around the court pretty good. He loves playing defense and trying to block shots.
Hey, man.
Yes, at VA2 Vegas Heat, I do rock Heat to the games, of course.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man. But pickups.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first because you always show me up. So
No,
I'm gonna go first.
I ain't. No. Well, let me
Yes.
go. I
I
gotta
went
go
first
get
last
something
time.
else. I gotta go get something else. I'm right here though. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, this right here is a double up for me. I actually hit this for retail on CCS, and it's the Pink Pigs. Um, the
Ooh,
suede, the suede, and I ended up picking this up from a skate shop that I saw on Instagram, and this goes with the Pink Pigs. It's
nice,
got the car,
nice.
Super Mario vibes, along with the Club 58. And my beautiful wife went to Atlanta this weekend, and she picked this up for me. Walter
I'm
shirt.
jelly. I'm
Yeah,
jelly.
I told her, I said, I need to pick one of these up.
I'm
I
jelly.
said, pick one of these up. So, yeah, Walter's on the front. I didn't see this when we was in the A, which
I don't
I
think they
love this
had
shirt
this
right
one
here.
though.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they had it either. Oh shoot, about to mess my microphone up. But yeah, those are my two little pickups. Pink Pigs. Yeah, these are fire right here, bro. I was glad to get the double up on these. Yes, Warren Coleman. And if anybody in the chat does not want the P Rise tomorrow, if you could shoot the shot for your boy size 11, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
That's
So,
dope, man. No pig pigs are dope though. I know that's
bruh,
like a shoe that you really like or whatever. And
yes, I do.
to have a double up, that's even better.
Oh yeah,
So
no doubt about it.
let's see. We good? That's all you had?
Yeah, that's all I got, brother.
Okay. Let me go ahead and put myself on here. So since I'm in the New York state of mind right now, uh, you can see my man Melo right here. I keep his jersey. That's my favorite player right now. Still playing him and Dame Lillard. So I had to get the shouts. don't know if y'all can see that. Had to get the Nick shorts.
Okay. Nice.
1991-92 season.
Nice. You got them off the
Got,
website?
nah, I had, man, I searched. For some reason, buying Nick shorts is like the hardest thing to find, bro. Like, really. Because I had one, it was, I think I paid like 120 for it.
Mm-hmm.
The dude came back and said, well, after I done bought it and everything, because he said on the site it was a 2X. And after I did that, he came back like a day and a half later, said that he didn't have that size. And he was sorry that he didn't have that size. So do I want my money back, or do he want me to find him another pair? I said, man, just give me my money back. And he said, well, for the inconvenience, I'll give you a little discount the next time you shop with us. I said, bet. So I went searching again, and I found that on, I think it's called Vengeance 78. I believe that's the name of the site.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 days it was here. And
that's what's up.
Since we in the New York Knicks state of mind, Hope Throwback King is still in the building, because this is one of the shoes that it's a Knicks colorway. It's the 2.0 version of the first collaboration that they had, which was with Ewan Squad, with Ewan Brand. Shout out to his Facebook page, Ewan Squad 33. Nice stitch work on the tongue. These are actually real lightweight, and they actually are comfortable, bro.
Bro, they remind me of like the Hirachi basketball shoe. It almost looks like the Hirachi cross trainer and the Hirachi basketball shoe put together.
I think it's more or less the basketball shoe, because that's where the inspiration came from, because it does have that inner booty with that exoskeleton upper. So yeah, that's basically where they got it from. This is an actual correct me if I'm wrong, Throwback, but these are a PE of Patrick Ewing that never released. They never released. And I think Throwback King and the guys over at Ewing Brand actually came together and decided to use this color. And I thought this was, when he showed me the picture before it actually released, I said, man, that orange is like popping, bro. What kind of orange is that?
It looks pretty
good. This orange is really popping. It has like an air transfer system right here. They are pretty comfortable, man. I was pleasantly surprised. The leather is real nice and plush. I know on some of the Ewings, even those, like just those little off colors that they come out with, the leather be kind of like a little crappy, but this here is actually pretty good, man. I was very surprised. But yeah, I got these here. These definitely will be on feet with a Knicks fit, and pictures coming to you soon. So I got that one out the way.
Nice.
Let's see. And my last one for the week. I am been looking for this shoe since it came out. He said yes, Ewan wore them in '94. So yeah,
yeah.
Okay then. And that's called the Ewan Image OG. That's the name of it. I've been wanting this shoe since it came out. I want to say either 15 or 16, somewhere up in there. And it was a collaboration with Packard Shoes. So anybody that knows Packard Shoes, when they do collaborations, it's like second to none. The quality, craftsmanship, all that. So I say that to say this. I got these right here. The Packard times Saucony Snow Beach collab. My size. That is.
Nice.
I don't know if my lighting gives these shoes justice, but the suede on this shit, bro, like the suede is ridiculous on this shoe, bro. I mean,
this is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
shit, damn near feel like it. I mean, this is some real good quality.
For the people that can't see what you're holding up, what model Saucony is that?
This is the Saucony Grid 9000. As you can see, the 9000 on the back. And on the other shoe, it has the American flag.
Mm.
What makes this shoe so dope to me, it also comes with like a lace lock. It has extra laces, but I'm gonna keep the yellow ones in. But these are dope, man.
That's crazy. That's a Jordan lace lock without the Jordan.
Yerp.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Hey, man. You think we
That's
need
nice,
to get
though.
You think we need to get Sneaker Law Firm on here?
Hmm.
Is that copyright?
Lord have mercy.
I know, right? But yeah, man.
That's dope pickups though.
That's my
Dope
pickup.
pickup.
I wish I need to find a jacket to match it because I love to have that jacket, man. But I know that jacket is like crazy right now.
Pop said they the best ones to him.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Very nice.
like I said, I've been looking for that shoe since it came out, man. And every time I see it like a brand new pair is always, in the stratosphere, or you got a ragged out pair and they still want top dollar for it. So I looked up and found that one for a good price, man. Dope quality. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dope quality one code.
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with
Hella.
you.
What's good, Hella? Shout out to Hella and the Mature Kids. Check them out on Sundays, every other Sunday at, correct me if I'm wrong, Hella, I think 7:30 Eastern time, 6:30 Central.
Yes, you're right there, Mr. Hot Dog 18.
Appreciate your expertise opinion, sir. Yeah, man. But, yeah, we've been off for a couple of weeks, man, and just been hanging out, doing the family thing. And yeah, it's correct. She said correct. Yes. So yeah, we thought we would come through with a dope topic. Back in the day, I think everybody who was in this chat in this chat, shout out to Chris Nelly, appreciate you, class section, appreciate
Chris
you, brother.
Neely, what's going on, man?
Let's give them a proper introduction. Hold on, let me see where we at. Here we go.
J. Jeff.
What's up? What's up? What?
Yes, what's up to everybody?
Hello, boys and girls.
There we go. Much better. What's better? J. Jeff, what's cracking? Salute. You got some cognac, some brown, white. What you got? Tequila. I'm chilling today. So yeah, man. I know me as a child or coming up late elementary, middle school. Whenever we would go to the mall, first place we would hit, you know what I mean, is the arcade. You know what I'm saying? Try to hit your mom or your grandma up for some quarters or $1 so you can get you some quarters. And that was first place I would hit, man, other than maybe like the record store or like a shoe store. So what about you, man?
Like, you talking about 80's? You
Yes.
talking about like the height, like when in your neighborhood when they first build like the arcade room, that was like excitement for us. That was like I can't explain it, man. But once you get there, it's like you in heaven because you got so many. The lights is what gets you, and you got all these games around you, ping pong machines, and you got the Slurpee machine on one side, and you got like the concession stand and selling hot dogs and popcorns and stuff like that. Like,
I don't know where arcade you was at, but our arcade wasn't like that. We just had straight video games and all that.
Yeah, man. I mean, ours was like that, bro. Ours was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing to have like maybe $4 worth of quarters, man. You can play all day if you was good at the certain games you was playing at. Like,
yeah, but then they started charging 50 cents. And I was like, dang.
Man, inflation like a motherfucker, man.
Right. Hella, let us know what game you like to play when you was at the arcade. She stayed at the arcade, but it was early 2000s. My man Throwback said he had Miss Pac-Man rep King of the Queen make that quarter last. Right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like because we used to do, I don't know if people used to do this. We used to do tournaments, like certain games that had like 2 players, had like the 2 joysticks. We used to do
Right.
tournaments. You know what I'm saying? And like, especially with like Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong, stuff like that. Man, you talking about all day. But guess what? When them street lights came on, your ass better be heading back to the house or at the house.
Man.
I know that. Dance
Beer
Revolution. That's
Hold
like
on,
an
Beer
earlier.
said-
That's like 2000, ain't it?
Beer, his first real one in St. Louis was till 18 and older only. Man, y'all had
Man,
stripper
what the
pole in the
hell?
arcade? Yeah, you
For
had stripper pole in
real?
the arcade or something?
Dum, 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 dum.
Big booty hole, up with it.
Jeez. 18 old. Hey, they must have been serving. They must have been having cigarettes and shit up in there.
She said, that, man, hell, let me ask you something. Was you up there sweating like crazy on that Dance Revolution? I could never do that Dance Revolution thing. I don't even think I even tried it.
Is that the one that had the pad that you like stomp on?
Yeah, you had to follow. I think you had to follow. You know, it had the arrows pointing with the song playing, and you had to kind of like follow the arrows whichever way it was telling you to dance and stuff.
But it's one that I saw that has like of course they got like the old shit bars in case you fall, but they got like a pad that you step on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the same one you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, is that the one you talking about, Hella? The Dance Revolution? But matter of fact, I remember. You remember when they remade Karate Kid and they had Will Smith's son in there?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay, you remember when she took him to the arcade there and they started doing that dancing? They was doing the dancing thing and he was dancing to Shorty had them apple bottom jeans. that Flow Rider. Yeah, I think that's what she was talking about. She's like, yeah, that was her workout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was her workout.
Because I remember.
Let's see. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just saying. I remember. It was like maybe mid 2000s when the Wii first came out, and they had this game. Was it? I think it was Hip Hop Experience. I think that's what it was. And they had like all the modern or classic music that you can dance to, and you could have to use those the joystick and wand to kind of move around. Yeah, that was a workout right there. Now that was a workout.
Shout out to Word Danny, the other 2/3 of the mature kids coming through. Appreciate y'all sliding through. Hope y'all having a blessed and highly favored day today, along with everybody else in the chat.
Hello, Word. Hello, Danny.
Warren Coleman said, forgot about Donkey Kong. Yeah, Donkey Kong, that was a good one too.
But you know
Word
what?
said Dance Revolution was lit.
But you know what? It was a movie that came out maybe 2015 somewhere up in there called Pixel. You remember that movie?
Yeah. I didn't watch it though. I didn't watch it.
That you had to go back and watch that. Like that one right there, it took you back because they actually went to the 80s. And they were having this video game.
I kind of saw bits and pieces of it where they was trying to, I guess playing against Pac-Man with the cars and stuff.
Right. Man, for it to be like I guess you say a kiddie movie, I still liked it. You know what I'm saying? I still like it.
Yeah, that's right. With Adam Sandler. Word. Let me see.
Kung Fu and Excite Bike. Oh, and
Excite Bike on Nintendo.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Hey, look here. Let me tell you something about Excite Bike. Excite Bike was the shit. Now Kung Fu was my shit, but Excite Bike, man, you jumping over them damn dirt hills and shit, racing, man, that was the shit though.
You can make your own. You can make your own course. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep,
I remember that. Yeah.
Now Throwback King, I don't think I ever played that Tempest. I never played that. I never played that.
I don't think I fooled with that Tempest. Tempest either.
To tell you the truth, it wouldn't. I'm not gonna say it wasn't down here, but I haven't seen it down here when I was coming up. And we talking about mid to late 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now Punch Out was out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling and the other Punch Out.
Now the pro wrestling they had was WWF was it main event? WWF main event, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Beard, but I think that's what it is. Now that one there, they had the little short ass men. They was real buff and shit like this here. It ain't like they true physique or whatever, but they was like real buff and like real short. Man, I think it was one like I want to say it was WrestleMania or something. Like they'll actually get carted in like on the mini down the aisle in a mini ring or whatever to the ring. Let's see who we got here.
What up,
We
Red?
got Vintage
What's going on?
Overhaul, aka Red, the one who like to show his government. What's good, Red?
Rice Go said Tecmo Super Bowl.
Hey man, look here. Now you going into my realm. I actually still play that on my phone now, man. So, but they got on my phone. They got it. They call it Retro Bowl. They don't call it like Tecmo Bowl. They call it Retro Bowl.
That's the great value version, huh?
Hey man, that's the 8-bit. That shit was 8-bit, bro.
Beer said, "No, Starman."
Huh?
He said, "Starman."
Was that off the movie?
That's what I was wondering.
Because that's the only thing I remember as far as Starman was off the movie. Now, Killer Instinct's word on what was that, Super Nintendo? Like Bones, that was my dude right there. Bones was my dude. I used to love that game, bro. I used to love that game. Lakers versus Celtics. Yeah. Was that one the first one that was on Genesis? I want to say it was. That's right. Throwback combo. Hell yeah. Like Killer Instinct, man. That was like to me, that was my Mortal Kombat. I was a more of a Killer Instinct dude more than Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. I love that shit, bro.
Rice Go said Bird versus Jordan.
I remember that one.
Word, Cal Ripken baseball on Super Nintendo.
Nah, not me.
Baseball games. I used to play like RBI. That was mine. RBI baseball.
Was that the one that
y'all don't know nothing about RBI? Yeah, y'all don't know nothing about RBI.
Was that the music that was like do 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 do?
I think so. Yeah.
Hey, look, if you play with Cincinnati Reds or you play with the Oakland A's, nobody ain't beating you.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't beating you.
Right.
That shit, man. Me and my partner used to stay up like 2-3 in the morning, goddamn drunk as hell, playing that game, bro. Facts. Facts.
Said Pro Wrestling had Starman and Great Puma, Arcade Classic, and Nintendo Classic Fighter. I don't want to mess that up. Hayanusa.
I thought that was fucking Hyundai at first.
He said RBI Baseball the Twins was crazy. Then he's saying Street Fighter. Word Tony Hawk. I remember Tony Hawk spent hours in that game. Yep. Throwback said Bases Loaded was the best.
I think that was the name of it. Bases Loaded. Throwback.
Bases
I think
Loaded,
that was the name of that game that I was playing.
Well, we happened to find a list that we thought was pretty dope, and it's the 18 best arcade games of the 80s. We're gonna slide through this list real quick and get y'all's opinion. Now, this was like actual games that was in the arcade versus ones that you played at the house on your gaming system. So we wanted to go back and just share this list and give our opinions. And also, get you guys' opinions and, just bring back some memories, see what you guys think about it. So let me put this screen up here.
This is hashtag nostalgia hour. So we about to take y'all back.
So, okay, this list right here went backwards. It started at 1 and went to 18. So we're gonna go backwards. We're gonna start from 18. So, let us know in the chat what you think. And when we get to the end, a game that you thought should have been on here that wasn't. So I guess without further ado, we'll start the list. So number 18 on this list is 1942.
Okay, then that was a good game.
Yeah, I remember this game. I didn't play it too much, but definitely was a dope fighter game, like a war game. And it was released in 1984.
they have different versions of that game. Like I think
Right,
one is
right.
like
That's what I thought.
1942, and then like 1941, and then 1943. It's like all of them was set around that 40s era. And then they have some games that's kind of like I forgot the names of them, but they still have that concept where it's like
Hmm.
overhead or bird's eye view type. But yeah, that was a dope game, man.
Yeah, yeah. You knew this one was kind of advanced because you see it's got like 6 buttons on it.
Oh
Remember back
yeah,
in the day, if
man,
it
you can
had
do
more
that.
than one button on
You
it.
can do that. You can do that flip,
Yeah.
dropping bombs, and you know what I'm saying. You get those extra little guns on your what's the name, and you shooting out damn near 4 to 5 wide and shit instead of the 1 to 2 wide. Oh yeah, that game was a little bit ahead of its time, man.
Yeah, it said following the original 1942 game, there were 5 sequels. So you was right. Yeah, you're right. There was different models of this game released. Um, with the 19 something name released from 1987 to 2000. So they made these games all the way up until 2000s.
Yeah, because
So,
like when me and my wife was up in Tennessee at the cabins, they actually had a game uh upstairs outside our room. It was like a I guess you say like a lounge area, and they had
mhm.
like different types of I want to say it was like maybe 12 games. I think they call it multicade or something like that.
Oh, okay. Was it like
They
one
had
of them
like
little
12
mini
games on it.
arcade? Was it like a mini
Not
one of those?
It was the exact same size, but they just had like 12 games like preloaded on there, and 1942 was one of them.
Okay. Hmm. Because like dealers and Walmart, they have those. It's like they have the mini arcade games now that you put them together yourself and all that stuff, and it's got
Right.
like a few games on there. I thought about getting one.
I think they were about 3.99, something like that.
Yeah, around 300, around 350, somewhere along
But
in there.
but if you get one, you have to get the stand to raise it up because it's if you get it without the stand, it'll be too low for you to actually stand up and play it.
Yeah,
So you have to get the
exactly.
stand to it. So
All
let me
right.
ask you
Now,
this: do you think that should be? Is that cool right there where it is at 18?
I feel like it is. For me personally, it wasn't one that I actually went in there looking for to play, and I do remember it playing it a few times.
Right. I mean, it's good. It's a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Contra.
Yep. Number 17 is Contra. Came out in 1987. I'll be honest with you, I never played this game.
I played it a few times, but it wasn't at the arcade. It was more or less on Nintendo. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, it to me it reminded me of you ever seen that movie Commando with
Yes, of
Arnold
course. With
Schwarzenegger?
Arnold. Yes. Stick
Get the
around.
chopper, get the chopper.
That was Predator, bro. Sorry, but
That that that's
that was Predator.
that game that reminds me of that movie. Say what?
I said that was Predator, bro. When he said get to the chopper, that was Predator. But
Well,
I
I was
remember
just
when
using his voice though.
I remember one line that he had because he always had those like one liners after Terminator and all that stuff. But he threw a survival knife at old boy and he said, "Stick around." When when he he threw the knife, stuck old boy. He had those crazy one-liners, but yeah, he
Right.
said the objective was to control Bill and Lance to fight numerous types of alien monsters. The game had side-scrolling stages as well as pseudo 3D perspective levels where the player must move towards the background to progress.
And them things had cheat codes too, bro. That game that had a cheat code.
You know what? A few of them had cheat codes back in the day. You just had the Chill Town. What's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through, boss.
Mr.
Chill Town
Chilltown was
said he
good,
had a
man.
he hopes Super Sprint is up here. Super Sprint.
Is that a bike game or is that racing game like a Formula One car? I never heard of that one. I don't think.
Yeah. Where it said Contra was lit. She said she got the computer emulator. She still plays Contra. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So this one right here was number 17 on the list. All right. We're going to go up here to Zaxxon 1982. I remember seeing this game, but this was one that I wasn't up on.
Mm-mm. Me
So
either.
I could
What
say
is
there's
it?
definitely
Is it more like a space game or something or what?
um said it's an isometric shooter game that was developed and released by Sega. The objective is to pilot a ship to hit as many targets as possible within a dangerous fortress while avoiding enemy shots and running out of fuel. which could be replenished by blowing up fuel drums. That sounds familiar, but
That
I
sound
never
like
played it.
that board game Battleship.
Yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
sounds like.
Exactly. I do remember seeing this in the arcade. Chat, let us know if you guys played this. He said it was a racing game with 3 steering
Three
wheels.
steering
3
wheels.
steering wheel.
I think I remember that, like an arcade game. I think I remember that. It was like 3 black steering wheels with like the little 3-prong um, silver spoke in the middle. I think I remember that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Word
those certain
said,
games when you get to the arcade that people be hogged over and shit. So maybe that was one of the games that I couldn't never get to as a
yeah,
kid.
Beard and Word said they never heard of Zaxxon.
I never
Word
heard of
said,
it.
what was the racing game Outrun that was in every arcade? Yeah, I remember that game. I
I
think you
remember
was
I
driving a
run.
Ferrari. Yeah, you was
Mhm.
driving a Ferrari. You like driving by the beach and all kind of stuff on that game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you was
used to
on
love that game.
Malibu and all that,
Right,
going around
right.
the little mountains and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, you was going through all kind of stuff. All right, number 15, Joust.
Joust.
I played this game a few times, but it wasn't one of my favorite. But yeah, this was
Nah,
definitely one. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if you was playing this against another person at the same time.
nah. You know, it's one of them games where you kind of waiting your turn, like you say when you're in the tournament, and you just kind of like want to burn some time. So I just threw a quarter up in there and played it.
Mm-hmm.
It
You
wasn't my
can play
jam.
it with two different. You can play it with 2 people at the same time.
But I'm saying I didn't. It was like
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
games.
Me either. Yeah, yeah. It was developed by Williams Electronics in '82. Popularized the idea of 2-player cooperative gameplay, which is far more successful than its predecessors. The objective was to use a button and joystick to control a flying ostrich, progressing through stages by defeating a number of enemy knights riding buzzards. Yeah,
Limu,
that was old
Limu,
school.
and Doug. That's what that looked like.
Yeah, ain't it, man? And Doug. Sure
Oh
did.
shit.
Yeah, I remember Gauss though. Coming up. Like I said, I played it a couple times, but it wasn't one that I mastered. Wasn't one of my favorite games.
Now
Uh,
that should have been, to me, that should have been, just my opinion, that should have been like probably around 18 and 1942 should have been in this spot. But that's just right now, you know, me
oh,
saying that.
okay. Yeah, yeah, I could probably agree with that. But
Because I would play
um,
that 1942 before I play that.
right, I would too. I would too. Number 14, Paperboy. Paperboy,
Ooh, okay
Paperboy,
then.
all about it, Paperboy.
Hey man,
Um,
you going back to that
shout out,
what
shout out to
that shit
Donald
that do?
Glover. Yeah, ATL.
That show ATL, yeah.
Yeah, Paperboy. This game was unique. You look at the handlebars
Oh yeah.
that you had to ride and deliver the newspapers. Say it was developed by Atari Games in North America in 1985. The object of Paperboy is to use a set of handlebars and a controller to deliver a fictional newspaper called the Daily Sun along a suburban street. But on the route, the Paperboys can also vandalize non-subscribers' homes and avoid hazards along the streets. Players can lose the game if they miss the damage a subscriber's house. You know, that might be kind of controversial today.
Fuck your
You
house,
know,
cuz.
ain't it, man? Ain't it?
Uh, fuck your
Word said
house.
Paperboy Game Boy status. Yep,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
on Game Boy. Exactly. Exactly.
Chilltown said, "Don't forget Gauntlet. That was dope." Yep. Right, Scott. What you know about pole position? That was my funk right there,
Yeah. I think that was probably the best racing game at that
bruh.
time.
I
That
used
was
to love
probably the
pole
best
position.
one. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. I used to love that pole position. Um, number 13, Qbert.
Bits.
Qbert. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I could never control Qbert. I would
Me either.
always fall off the edge. I'm serious. Every time. I don't think I've ever got past the first level. Every time I tried to play this game was hard. It was
You
hard. It was
know,
hard to control Qbert for
that
me.
game right there, man, like it reminds me of, like you said, it was hard to beat it. It was hard to get off them stages. It reminds
Mm-hmm.
me of Tetris. That and Tetris is like my, I hate them games because I can't get them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Tetris. I love Tetris, bro.
I couldn't get, especially when it started moving fast and and the building
Oh
blocks
yeah,
started coming, man, you know
yeah.
what? Fuck this game. Like that's how I felt about Cubic, man. It's like he was moving too fast for me. You know, like man, you know what? Not me. But I remember the
Yeah.
game vividly.
Cubert had that funny looking animal. You had to avoid the snake, and there was a couple other things that would try to come after you.
But
Said it was a strange name for a wildly popular name.
what
Go ahead.
was he though? What
I
was
have
Cubic?
he was Cubert,
I mean, was he a fucking alien or something?
and I have no clue. He couldn't even talk right. You see, he's saying profanity right there on the side of the game. He couldn't even talk right.
I was like, damn, what is he? You know what I'm saying? We knew where
No
ET
clue,
came from. You know what I'm saying? We knew about ET. What the hell is Cubic?
man. He looks like part anteater, part alien.
He like a
No clue, bro.
he like a cheese ball with a vacuum cleaner.
Exactly. Number
Dragon's
12,
Lair.
Dragon's Lair.
Yes.
Dragon's
Yes.
Lair. While not the most popular game around, Dragon's Lair was known for having a far superior graphics compared to other video games. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that video games at the time. It was created by Rick Ryder and Don Bluth and was famous for having a Western animation style. And I remember
that
they did
was
make this into a TV and comic book.
yeah, they did. That game right there, man, I think I might be wrong, but like you said, the graphics, you was think that you was looking at like a cartoon when you playing that shit because the graphics was so good on it at that time. You talking about what, 83, 84?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Beard said Cuba
Dragon.
had a cartoon too. He said that one looked like a cartoon. Bird said Dr. Mario over Tetris. Don't at me. I don't know. I like I said, I used to like Tetris. Putting the building blocks together and all that type of stuff. But
Couldn't do it.
Throwback said that was on one of the first 50-cent arcades. I could believe it.
Talking about Dragon's Lair. Yeah, I can believe that too because of the graphics. That's what I think.
Right. But yeah, that was a dope one right there. We're gonna skip past number 11 is Star Wars. To me, the graphics on this look real simple, but it was a fun game to play.
Right.
It was a fun game to play because you could look at the starfighters right there, and see like how simple it was. But I guess you if you remember the movie Star Wars, you remember when they were showing inside of the X-wing fighter, and it would show almost just like that on the screen when Luke was trying to do his thing and what those things called? I don't want to call them the wrong thing, but
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I
you're not
never
a
liked
Star Wars
anything
head.
about. I'm not a Star Wars. I'm not a Trekkie.
Oh man,
No, that's Star Trek. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I was
I'm
gonna
not. I
say.
don't like nothing about Star Wars. I don't know what it is about Star Wars. I just don't. I just can't get with it. I don't know
Oh man,
why.
I used to watch Star Wars all the time, bro. So definitely can't leave Star Wars from our list of 80s arcades game. The very first Star Wars game came out was at an arcade as a first-person rail shooter, designed by Mike Halley and released by Atari. Star Wars in 1983. Star Wars developed during the golden age of arcade games and is considered one of the best 80s video games of all time. Of all time. Black, you missed out, bro.
I would never know because I never played that shit. I don't know what it is, man. I don't even look at the movies. None of that.
Yeah, I used to love the movies, bro. VA to Vegas Heat said Death Star. Okay, that's what it was, right? The Death Star was the big planet, though, right? But you had to fight the fighters. I can't think of their names.
What is it,
And I
like
used to know all this
stormtroopers?
stuff. Not the stormtrooper, those things
I
that's
know.
on the screen. The little. You see
Shit, hell if I know, man.
those things right there on the screen.
That ain't the. Let's see.
I don't know. I
Falcon
don't want to say
Fighters or something like
Starfighter.
that?
They might be Starfighter. Might be TIE Fighter. Starfighter, TIE Fighter, one of them.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later on.
So does it belong right there at number 11 in your eyes? Because like I said, I don't know nothing about it. I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, as far as gameplay, probably. I don't know. You might want to put 1942 up there above this one, but this one was a dope one to play.
So what about Dragon's Lair? You think Dragon Lair
Um,
should be above that?
I really wasn't up on them like story type games like that.
Right,
Um, but some people might think it should be up there. You know what I mean?
right.
I kind of like going through and like destroying stuff, shooting stuff. Shooter games was like one of my favorite games. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Beard said, "Nah, it
Number,
wasn't in many arcades."
yeah, I can
Dragon
believe
Lair
it.
top 10.
Oh, Beer said Dragon Lair top 10. Okay. Number 10 is Tempest. I didn't really fool with this game.
Me either.
Yep. It takes on a three-dimensional surface, but sometimes wrapped into a tube, which is viewed from one end and divided into either 15 or 16 lanes, depending on whether the tube shape was open or closed. Players tasked with controlling a claw-shaped blaster that sits on the edge of a surface and snaps between segments as they turn a rotary knob. Yeah, that's too much. You gotta do too much for that thing.
So what is the game based on then? Is it a
Um,
space game or something? Or?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Somebody in the chat, if y'all Throwback King, tell it what Pierce says game stayed
Oh,
empty.
Beard said that game stayed empty. You damn right, because I don't know shit about that game. I don't know shit about that game.
They could wait about a week or two to take the quarters out of this one, huh, Beard?
I know. I mean, Throwback said it's all time classic. I don't know nothing about it, man.
Okay, it says this game was the first games to use Atari's color quadrascan vector display technology, as well as the first to allow players to choose their starting level. New features increased with the maximum starting level depending on their performance in the previous game, allowing them to move forward. Finally, it was one of the first video games with a progressive level design where varying levels would give the player a different layout with an increased difficulty. Okay.
Okay. We say all that to
Yeah,
say,
I do remember seeing this game because I remember that crazy controller knob. And I was like, how do you play this game? But I think I do. You know what? I think if you can see my arrow, I think you move up and down this thing right here. And I don't know. I have no clue, to be honest.
said it had the Nike Air on the back. Hell no. Hell no.
Vegas VA to Vegas said Tempest was a true geek game.
It had to be because I don't know no shit about that.
All right, number 9 is Defender. Defender was a horizontally scrolling shooter game that's set on either an unnamed planet or city, depending on the platform, where the player is tasked of defeating waves of invading aliens while protecting astronauts. Eugene Jarvis, who was also a pinball programmer at Williams, was the lead developer, using inspiration from Space Invaders and Asteroids to put this game together. I was gonna say, yeah, this is kind of reminding me of something like that. Defender was also included as one of the most important games of the golden age of arcade games, selling over 55,000 units to become the company's best-selling game, as well as one of the most highest-grossing arcade games. It also used one of Jarvis's best contributions to the video game industry, as well as one of the most difficult video games to play. Defender, of course, had a number of sequels, but with limitations. Beer Jedi said this is a top 5 arcade game. Pop said E1 played that. VA to Vegas said he loved Defender. So Defender probably from the looks of the chat probably should have been on up there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna go number 8 is Dig Dug. Dig Dug. I remember this game. I used to play this game also.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, this one I used to like playing this game also. Seems like all the good games came out in the early 80s. That's a fact, including the legendary Dig Dug, similar to Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. This is also a maze arcade game published by Namco and distributed by Atari. In North America and Europe, the players tasked with using a titular character to defeat all enemies in the stage by either inflating and popping them or crushing them on big rocks. Dig Dug ran on the Namco Galaga arcade board and included a number of game compilations for various systems. No doubt, it was at almost every arcade. Facts. Any arcade you went to, you would see this game. Every arcade waiting to eat up those quarters. Game's character also appeared throughout the Mr. Driller series, which is on the Dig Dug gameplay. So yeah, this one right here was one of my favorites. It was a popular game for me.
Quick
If I
shout
had-
out, right quick. Quick shout
Go
out.
ahead, brother.
Shout out to regular Mike. MSG is popping right now, sir. Thanks for asking.
Appreciate you stopping through, regular Mike. If y'all don't know who regular Mike is, he's like the snack king. He knows about all the snacks before they come out. They hit the street.
All the
give
year,
him a follow.
year 2025 snacks.
Yes, give him a follow. He has some dope videos
Facts.
on Instagram. Let's see. Rice Goat said Gallagher. We're gonna get to that one, brother. Dig Dug and Asteroid. I remember Asteroid too. Asteroid or Pac-Man, probably number one. We shall see, my friend. We shall see.
Come on,
But yeah,
y'all.
Dig
Y'all
Dug
getting
was a
ahead of
dope-
yourself. Come on now. Let us get through the list. Let's talk about it.
Number 7 is Miss Pac-Man. This might be a controversial one right here, bro. At number
that's blasphemy,
7.
man. That's blasphemy.
Yeah, this one might be so let me ask you something. Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man for you?
That's like saying Jordan 1 or Jordan 3. We know Pac-Man started, but Miss Pac-Man elevated that whole franchise.
Everybody say, "Oh hell no!"
Oh no, hell no, boy!
I
Y'all
feel like
enough
this one
done.
should be up there a little bit more. I would like Miss Pac-Man better because it seemed like it moved faster. The
It
gameplay was
moves
faster.
way faster. Yes,
You're right, and the skits were better.
and like Throwback said, Pac-Man never changed his levels. Miss
Right,
Pac-Man, they came once you got to like level 4, they started changing.
right, exactly. So yeah, I think this one might be should be
Man,
up there
who
a
made
little
this list?
bit.
What dumb
About
bitch made
the
this list?
80s.com about the 80s.com.
We need to write their ass
Um,
because they don't know what the hell they talking about right there on this one.
It says sequel to the 1980 Maze arcade game Pac-Man. It was developed by General Computer Corporation and published by Midway instead of Namco. Tasked with some objective of eating the dots in an enclosed maze while avoiding 4 ghosts. There's not much difference between this game and the original other than the fact Miss Pac-Man has a bow and goes through a different maze. It moved a little bit. It moved faster also. And
Yeah.
like I said, the skits, like when you pass certain levels, they would have skits. The
Mhm.
skits were a lot better to me. Originally,
Remember that?
yeah,
Every time she changed.
that was a lovely rendition right there
Thank you, man.
by Black. It says
Yeah.
originally General Computer made the game as a modification kit for Pac-Man called Crazy Otto. But after facing severe litigation from Atari, they were forced to present the project to Midway, the North American distributor who later purchased the game. After considering multiple names, including Super Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, and Mrs. Pac-Man, they all settled on Miss Pac-Man. So they went from her being single to married to what is that, divorced? I'm just saying.
Hey, that's just all the stages. First, you start off single, you get married, then you get divorced. That's all stages of it.
but in the game, don't they have little baby? Don't Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man have little babies on one of
Yeah,
those
they
skits
do.
or something like
They
that?
do. But I guess after that baby came, shit, he was like, man, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Tell your mom I'm not coming home tonight.
Tell your mama ain't never coming home.
Pac-Man ran in the
Oh,
sunshine.
man.
Pac-Man ran in the sunshine, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Man.
Here says she had a cartoon also.
They
All right.
Yeah, she did. She did, and then they had another one where it was I think it was called Pac-Land or was something where it had, I think it was Pac-Man in the the Ghost or something like that. It was more of a modernized. I think it was like
Yeah, I think I remember that. I didn't really care for the cartoon myself.
nah me.
Um, all right. Okay, so Miss Pac-Man, we all agree that should be up there a little bit further.
That should be top 5 at the lowest.
I just drank my wife's unsweet tea. Oh my goodness.
Ugh,
I hate unsweet tea.
can't stand tea.
Tea period?
Nah, I can't drink tea, man.
Oh, you tripping, dog. We'll talk about that later on. That's another
Had a bad
that's another
experience.
topic.
Had a bad experience.
All right. So number 6, Centipede. This game right here was kind of hard in my opinion.
Yeah, it was.
Controlling that little
ball.
slider. Yeah.
Because you didn't have the joystick, you had to do the ball like this side to side or up and down. It's like, man.
And yeah, exactly. While you're trying to shoot. But Centipede, I used to like Centipede. So, okay, should this be below Miss Pac-Man?
Affirmative.
Say that again.
Affirmative.
Okay. Yeah, Centipede, this was definitely a dope game to me.
It doesn't matter if Reby Jackson did the song on the game itself. It still needs to be below Miss Pac-Man.
Gotcha.
Facts.
Another widely popular 80s fixed shooter arcade game developed and published by Atari. Centipede was one of the most commercially successful games of the golden age of arcade video games. This game was in almost every arcade you went to. The objective was to control a moving shooter pod to fight off centipedes, spiders, fleas, and scorpions to complete the round after destroying the centipede before it winds down the playing field. There was also a sequel to this game in 1982 called Millipede. They probably could have did without that game.
Yeah, Millipede was like to me was like a bust. But Centipede was like, if you could control that ball and you can gauge that centipede as it coming down, like Throwback King said, like coming down from the top to the bottom. You know that thing coming down fast, no pause. It's coming down fast, and you have to gauge it. And man, I was like, man, fuck that. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. He said he was terrible. He said he had a panic attack at 12 years old. No, I'm good.
He said he gave his little 12-year-old a panic attack.
Nah, I'm good on that one, man. I'm so good on that one.
All right, we're going to the top 5.
Donkey
Kong. Donkey Kong. Another one of my favorites.
Okay. I can get with that.
I used to love Donkey Kong. I think this one is probably in the right place. I think this one was probably in the right place. You definitely could switch Miss Pac-Man for Centipede. But I did like Donkey Kong. This was one of my favorites. Donkey Kong is in 1981 considered one of the most popular arcade games of all time. And I even like Donkey Kong Country. Like when they brought the newer one out for Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong Country was dope to me. I like how they did that twist on an older game, I guess with his son or whatnot.
Right.
And yeah, to me that one.
Didn't they have a Donkey Kong Jr. game too?
They had a Donkey Kong Country game. I'm not sure if it's a Donkey Kong Jr.
I thought I might be wrong, but I thought I saw.
But I know they had Donkey Kong Country.
I remember that one.
Yeah. One of the most popular games of all time. It was also the latest in a number of efforts by Nintendo to make an impact in the North American market. Hiroshi I don't want to mess up his name, who was Nintendo's president at the time, assigned a large project to first-time video game designer Shigeru Miyamoto, using
I meant to say nice pronunciation.
Oh yes, you like my accent there, huh?
Yeah,
using already popular drawings from Beauty and the Beast, Popeye, and King Kong. Miyamoto developed the game alongside Nintendo's chief engineer, Gunpei. The objective was to maneuver a character called Jumpman, later named Mario, through a construction site while jumping over and avoiding obstacles to rescue a damsel in distress, Pauline, later named Peach. Both the hero and Ape later became two of Nintendo's most popular characters. I was gonna say, did a lot of y'all know that this was actually Mario?
I noticed you said Jumpman. Is that where Nike actually got that name from?
It's possible because you remember you used to have to jump over the barrels.
Exactly.
Sneaker connoisseur, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you coming through. He a sneaker connoisseur. He created Pac-Man, I believe.
I get the same guy you was talking about. That say the name again.
Oh shoot.
Nakahamakua, something like that.
Let me see. First time video game designer Shigeru Miyamoto.
Hey, he said yes, sir. That's how you pronounce it.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Word said, was there a Diddy Kong? I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know about that
I'm
one.
not sure about Diddy Kong. Take that. But yeah, I'm not sure if Diddy. Hella said everything black, talk straight into the mic. He's got a new mic, Hella. You know, he's having fun right now.
Thanks for noticing, Hella.
So yeah, Donkey Kong is probably top 5 in that from the 80s. Ooh, now this one right here, I play this every time I went into the arcade. Frogger. This was one of my favorite games.
Mm.
You got quiet on your boy Black. I know we was talking earlier. What are your thoughts on this game?
I mean, I played Frogger. Don't get him wrong. It wasn't like one of my top favorites to play. I just hated when the goddamn traffic started going so fast.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Had the race cars going across the street, which you had to start. You had to start. You started on the street, and then you had to go to the swamp on the logs and the alligators.
The logs in the water. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and get to the top. Fast? Yes, and it got faster with each level that you went to. But yeah, this was one of my favorites right here. I love Frogger, man. Originally published in 1981 as an arcade game developed by Konami and published by Sega, Frogger was published jointly in North America by Sega and Gremlin Industries. The objective was to direct the frogs to their homes across busy streets in a river full of hazards. Since its first success, Frogger was made into a ton of sequels and clones. By 2005, the game has sold over 20 million copies worldwide, including 5 million in the United States. It also found its way into pop culture, including music and TV. Beer Jet, I'm gonna ask you a question. I know you worked in a music store back in the day, but I got a question for you. If you remember, I asked Black about it. He didn't remember, so I'm gonna see if you remember when we get through with this list. But it is music inspired. But yeah, Frogger 1981. Yeah, I used to love this game.
I agree. Throwback. It ain't better than Miss Pac-Man. I agree with that one. Not to me, it ain't. Not to me, it ain't. I would put Miss Pac-Man in 4, and I would put Frogger down maybe to 6. That's just me.
I like the obstacles. I like the obstacles on Frogger myself. You know what I mean? It's only so many. To me, don't get me wrong, Miss Pac-Man is a classic, but it's only so many times you can go through mazes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of favored Frogger more than Miss Pac-Man, me personally.
I feel you.
Paychecks, what's good, brother? Appreciate you coming through. Number 3. What do you think number 3 is? Well, there it is. Don't worry about it.
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers. 1983. Throwback King says someone boo that man. I hear you.
Now, who you talking about, Throwback?
We need to know. I said something about Miss Pac-Man. Because I said I like Frogger over Miss Pac-Man. Yeah, people still love me. Oh yeah, that's a fact. I remember. It's been a long time since I've been in Pizza Hut, but you would go in a Pizza Hut and they would still have that game in there. And it would be the one that you sit down at.
You're talking about the tabletop game. That was the tabletop game. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
It seemed like all those little pizza shops, the little pizza spots, they always had the tabletop games.
Right. Or they had a video game tucked in the corner somewhere.
Right.
Super Mario Brothers, 1983. While it's most popularly played on Nintendo game system, Super Mario Bros. Was really developed and published for arcades by Nintendo in 1983. The legend was designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, his co-workers, his co-worker, and Nintendo's chief engineer. We said that name earlier. The game
Mm-hmm.
features Mario, an Italian-American plumber, and his brother Luigi, who must exterminate various creatures coming out of the sewers by flipping them on their backs and kicking them away. The original versions of this game, both arcade and NES, were a huge hit among fans and critics. There was also an updated version of Mario Brothers, which included a mini game of each of the Super Mario Advance series, as well as many other games. So does this belong up here, or does Miss Pac-Man go ahead of this game?
I think this one here was as far as stage wise and graphics, it was a little bit more advanced than Miss Pac-Man, but Miss Pac-Man definitely belongs in the top 5, in my opinion. But this one here, this is in a good safe spot, so I can leave this one here at number 3.
Oh hell, I said damn 1983. I wasn't even thought of, but I played that game. Beer says, so if this is 3 ... Paycheck says my lady love Pac-Man game. Sneaker Connoisseur said no. Beer said no. He said this was ahead of his time. Beer said this could be number 1.
It could
Throwback said Miss Pac-Man top 3. And I see the J. Cole reference. Paychecks. I see you. Put an M on your head. Now you Luigi brother. Everybody talked about that line when he said it. Word said Super Mario 3 is my fave.
be. Wow, Paychecks, where were you?
Yeah, 1942 was number 18, brother.
Yeah, that was the bottom of the barrel there, cuz on everything.
That was number 18, Paychecks. All right, we down to the top 2.
Top 2. So
top 2.
All right, let's go ahead and just kind of like, quarterback this thing. Like, in your opinion, what games you think is 2 and what you think is 1?
Well, of course I've looked at the list, but one of my favorite game of all time is up here.
Okay.
My favorite game of all time is up here.
I don't think I looked at this list fully, but go ahead.
So we're gonna go to number 2. This is my favorite game of all time right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite game of all time. Baby, you know what game this is? Galaga. See, my wife know me. She know me. My wife know me. This is my favorite game of all time. And I saw like 1 or 2 people mention Galaga, but this game right here was that funk.
I have to agree with you, man. That was the shit.
This game right here was that funk.
That's better than Defender to me. Way better.
Facts.
Way better.
Facts. Especially when you was able to get 2 fighters beside each other, and man, you could wreck shots, especially on the challenging stages. Yes, the challenging stages. You be sitting there tapping that button real fast, trying to kill all of them. Developed in 1981 by Namco and released in North America by Midway Games. Galaga is the sequel to Galaxian, which came out in 79, Namco's first big hit in arcade games. Starting out with 3 lives, the player must destroy Galagan ships in each stage while avoiding their enemies and their shots. But be careful, you can become abducted and lose one of your ships. But if you have 1 or 2 to spare, you can rescue your old ship by destroying the abductor enemy and have dual guns shooting 2 at a time instead of 1. Bro, it would be times where you might leave you had the one that would abduct you had to hit it twice.
Mm-hmm.
It was green, then it turned blue.
Mm-hmm.
And I would save that one for last to let it come down and try to capture me.
Right.
So I can get that duel and
then
not
you can
fire.
hit that mug and then it'll come down, and next thing you know, you're wrecking shop side to side. Go ahead with it.
IBA, what's cracking, bro? He said Galaga in 1972. Beard said I didn't know it was a sequel. You know what, Beard? I didn't either, but I have seen that game Galactian. I didn't know it came out before Galaga. Paycheck, yeah, that's what they said. It was a sequel to Galaxian. But yeah, this one's my favorite right here of all time, bro.
Facts,
It,
sneaker connoisseur. You get
what do you
goddamn
say?
arthritis playing that game.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's
You get
you heard me
arthritis playing
tapping.
that shit.
That's me tapping tapping the button.
Man,
Right, your wrist will be hurting.
90 to nothing
For
trying
real.
to get that shit going.
Exactly. So yeah, this one right here is my favorite of all time. So what you think number one is?
Man,
I've seen a
it's
lot of people say throwback said Asteroids got to be number one. My wife said Pac-Man.
I'm gonna have to
They
go
said
with her and
Asteroids
say
and Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. I think Pac-Man number one for the 80s. Yes, for the 80s. But if you
Paycheck
ask me
says
what's my favorite game,
wristitis. That's a fact. Wristitis. All right, so we're gonna see what number one is. Pac-Man. Yeah, you already knew it. I already knew it. Honestly, to be honest, even though they're real similar, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man should probably be number one and number two.
but they different though.
They're different, but it's the same pretty much concept. You know what I'm saying?
But
They
they
should
different
they should
though.
at least be beside each other. You know what I'm saying?
Like a 1A and 1B.
Even though Pac-Man did leave her for Sunshine, but they still should be. They still should be.
Tell your mama ain't never coming home.
Beer Jedi said Asteroid didn't even make the list. Beer
Nah,
Jedi, you know what? You know another one that didn't make the list for me that I played every time I went in the arcade? Spy Hunter. I feel like Spy Hunter should have been on this list.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Yeah, Spy Hunter was dope to me. That now Rice Goat, this is from the 80s now. You gotta remember this is from the 80s.
Yeah, this is the 80s, not the 90s.
Yeah. Yep, this is
I would say that too. VA to Vegas. I would say that too. It should have pole position should have been on this list.
pole position. Yes, that's another one. And when you didn't have enough money, you had to make a decision which game you gonna play. But Gallagher was always one. If I had one quarter, I'm playing Gallagher.
I'm
Channel
playing
Chill
Miss
Town
Pac-Man.
said Double Dragons. Yeah, Spy Hunter was dope, bro. I used to love Spy Hunter.
Was that the one where you drive in that black car and it showed you from bird's eye view?
Yes.
Yeah, that's I
Yeah.
remember that one.
And you had and you would go around, people would attack you in cars, they would be shooting at you.
Right.
And you kind of have to dodge them and get certain things. And then you would have a truck, like an 18-wheeler come up, and you have to go in the 18-wheeler, and the 18-wheeler would give you weapons and stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was
And
almost like
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. It was almost
Yeah.
like that little thing that they used to do come on back in the day called Spy versus Spy. That's what that reminds me of.
Right. Beer said it was a silver car. I thought it was black. I don't know why
I thought it was black
a
too. It
car.
might have
may
been
have been
silver.
silver. It may have been silver. Yeah, you
I
might
thought it
be
was
right.
black though.
You may be right. But another game that I love playing was Afterburner. I don't know if y'all remember Afterburner, but that was like a game almost like Top Gun, but I thought it was better than Top Gun. But I can never land that plane on the aircraft carrier. I would always crash in the ocean before I hit that aircraft carrier. VA to Vegas said, I can't believe Tron didn't make the list, but it wasn't a favorite of mine.
Nah,
Yes,
I wasn't
Beard.
a favorite
Oil
of
Slicks
Tron.
was that fault. Yep. Oil Slicks was that fault. Yep. You would put them oil slicks when the cars were chasing behind you. Yep. So, yeah, Pac-Man is number one. Do you feel like Pac-Man should be number one?
Yeah, because it started the whole video craze, like arcade craze. That was like the game, the breakout game, because before then it was just basically pinball machines.
Yeah.
And I think,
and they
quote me
evolved.
if I'm wrong, it might have been this might have been the first actual arcade game outside of pinball machines.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was I think it's deserving of that spot. It should be there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the game that started it. Like I said, that goes back to you saying like which one you like the best, Jordan 1 or Jordan 3. Well, Jordan 1 started it. So if it wasn't for the Jordan 1, you wouldn't have the whole sneaker
Now,
craze.
hold on, IBA. He said he wasted boo boo quarters on Bubble Bobble. What is Bubble Bobble?
Is that
You ever?
hippopotamus game, bro?
That's Hungry Hippos.
No, but they had another game like that with hippopotamus, I believe. That sounds like a kiddie game, bro, for real.
Bubble Bobble. He laughed behind it.
Come on, y'all, let's go play Bubble Bobble.
Paycheck said if you had one quarter left, you're gonna play Pac-Man. See me, Paychecks, I'm gonna play Galaga. That's just
Like
me.
I
I'm
would
gonna
play
play
Miss
Galaga.
Pac-Man. I would play Miss Pac-Man.
Hey, in chat, let us know if you had that's a good one, Paychecks. If you had one quarter left, what game would you be playing if you had one quarter left? If your grandma said, "Here you go, baby, go to the arcade and play you a game." But what game are you playing with one quarter? So yeah, I can agree with Pac-Man being at the top. But like I said, I feel like some of these other games, like I said, Spy Hunter, Afterburner, Pole Position, Outrun, games like that. I like games like that, but I understand you can't fit all of them on here. Donkey Kong.
So what game shouldn't be on this list, and what game should be on this list?
Well, from what I see on this list, some of them are going by. Some games are going by innovations at the time, which, like I said, we didn't play some of them. I think Centipede number 6. Dig Dug was dope. I don't know if it would be in my top. I don't know if it would be in my top 10.
No, my favorite one.
What was your favorite, boo?
Duck Hunt.
We talking about arcade games that you play in the arcade.
Put me in there.
Defender. I don't know if I would have Defender in top 10 either.
Nah, me either.
And Tempest, yeah, Tempest would definitely be out of there.
Hated it.
Beard Jedi said Pitfall. That was a dope one too, Beard. Pitfall.
Yeah. That's the one where you're swinging on the vines in the
yes,
the forest,
and
the
yes,
yeah,
jumping
like
over the
too.
alligators. Yeah, WrestleFest would be in my top 10. That's what Throwback said. Rice Coat said, "Wow, the original Punch Out didn't make it." Now, was Punch Out? Was that an arcade video game though? That was in an arcade.
I can't remember if that was in the arcade or not, bro.
Yeah.
You know what should have been on this list?
What's that?
Skee ball. Skee ball should have been on this list.
Skee ball.
You don't know what skee ball is?
I didn't play skee ball.
They got them at like Chuck E. Cheese and Dave and Buster's and stuff like that, where you get like maybe 6 or 7, maybe 8 balls, and you roll them up the aisle, and they go around these little rings with the holes in them, and you get a whole bunch of points. You get tickets.
Throwback said, "Stop disrespecting Tempest because y'all didn't understand it." I didn't want to understand it, Throwback. Shoot, I went for the simpler games. You know what I'm saying? But
just him reading that made my head hurt.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Sticker Contest said Punch Out was in the arcade. No, I don't remember skee ball.
If you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, man. If you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
He said it was Beer said essentially the first person game Punch Out. I think Star Wars could probably be down the list a little bit more, but like I said, a lot of these games are like first time innovations. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's where I can get that. Dragon's Lair, I could probably leave this off my list.
I think it's just the graphics alone. That's why it's on this list.
Right.
And the storytelling.
Right. Hubert definitely could leave this off the list for me.
Fuck Hubert.
You like Hubert?
I didn't like Hubert.
Well, how many levels did you get through?
None of them.
Exactly. My wife said 2.
None of them. Wasting my damn quarter.
Paperboy, it wasn't in my document. Once again, I can understand the innovation. Look at the joystick. You know what I mean? What about you? Remember what they used to have a video? They used to have a show back in the day where you, like in the 80s, where you played video games in a competition with somebody. Do you remember that? It was almost like Double Dare, but you had to play video games. If y'all remember that show?
I don't remember that.
I remember it because I
mean,
remember that track and field was one of the games that they had to play. Do y'all remember track and field?
I remember track and field. That was on Nintendo.
That was in the arcade too.
I
Paycheck said
remember that
Mega
one.
Man didn't make the top 10. IBA said Ghost and Goblins. I remember Ghosts and Goblins. Throwback, you remember that show that they had back in the day?
He said he remembered, but
I can't think of the name of that show.
if you was telling
They
me the
had a
name, I
show.
probably get it, man.
They had a show where you and somebody else was going against the other person. You would have to play, I think, a level of a game or some part of a game. You would not the whole game.
Yeah.
IBA said Riger. Connoisseur said Mega Man was a classic as well. Yeah, Paperboy could be left off my list. Joust, probably also. But like I said, this is I'm not going by innovation. I'm going by what I like and what I like to play. Zaxxon, get him out of here.
Yep, hated it.
Contra, a lot of people like Contra.
I thought Contra should have been a little bit higher than that 17. It should have been probably like maybe around 11 to 13, somewhere up in there, but not 17. Because that was the actual game that a lot of people played. He said
Video
it was called
Power.
Starcade.
Starcade, that might be what it is. Okay, yeah, Starcade, okay. 1942 probably could have been up higher too.
Yeah.
So that's the list. Like I said, chat, let us know. I know a lot of people were saying what they liked and what they felt should have been left off the list. Or should have been on the list. So I think we pretty much agree with the top 5, I guess, if you will.
No, because I think Miss Pac-Man should have been top 5. I understand why they probably left her outside the top 5, but just my opinion, she should have been top 5.
Beard said Contra was a home game classic. True. No, Friday the 13th didn't make a paycheck. We only went through a list that had 18, and that was from what was that? I forgot what website it was. Club the 80's.com or something like that, or 80'sclassics.com. Hold on. Oh, hold on. About the 80's.com. That's what it was. About the 80's.com. Yeah, so if y'all see something that Pierce said hell no on Friday the 13th. Like I said, if you figure out a game later on that you he said I still know the contra code for 30 million. Dang.
Damn.
Now when did Mortal Kombat come out?
That came out like mid-90s, like 93, 94, somewhere up in there.
Was that in the 90s? Yeah. Yeah, you probably
that's 90s. Yeah, that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like I said, in the 90s, I was on Killer Instinct heavy. That stayed in my Super Nintendo.
Throwback said Friday the 13th was one of those games you rented and instantly regretted it.
Yep.
But when you got Nintendo, Contra really took off.
Yeah, it did. It did. Because, like I said, it was a lot of people in the arcades here. They were playing that game, but once it, like Beer said, once it got on Nintendo, it just like really, really took off. And plus, you can have two players playing at the same time. Man, that was a nice shooting game. Now I remember this was on what was that game name? I want to say it might have been Kung Fu. Like I played the video game version of Kung Fu. Classic. This motherfucker.
What's that code for IBA? I was going to
He
say,
just
what's
gave
that
us the
code for?
code.
What code is that,
He just gave
IBA?
us the code, bro. Let me go hook my game back up, bro.
That's a fact, Paychecks. Mortal Kombat changed everything. That's
Yeah,
a
it
fact.
did, man. It did.
That's a fact. I had a partner,
So
man.
so
I had a partner that played that game. God rest the dead. That's my partner right there, man. That joke right there he could play that game forever. I mean, he knew how to make. I want to say, was Reptile a hidden character on the first one? Mortal Kombat. Was it Reptile? Chat, let me know
was it
if Reptile was a hidden character, but he knew how to get to the hidden characters.
Raptor was on Killer Instincts. I know Raptor was on Killer Instincts.
No, Reptile.
That one? Was he like
He was a lizard.
no, but I'm saying wasn't he like
I thought Smoke was later on throwback. I thought Smoke was on Mortal Kombat 2. I think the first Mortal Kombat, like when you uppercut somebody on a certain stage, you had to hit a certain um code, and then you go and fight Reptile in between the tournament that you was doing.
but wasn't Reptile like Scorpion or Sub-Zero kind of?
Yeah,
Am I
yeah, yeah. He
okay?
had like the
Because
same suit, but it was green. Yeah.
yeah, that's okay. I remember him then. Yeah, I
Yep.
remember. Because he used to spit out either acid or something like that out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I remember Smoke. Yeah, beard. I mean, OG talking about Pong though. Was Pong an arcade game, OG?
Sir, that was on Atari.
Oh, you do. Oh, that was what you was moving the little thing back and forth, and all you heard was boop, 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 boop.
That had to be the most boringest game ever, bro.
It wasn't back then, though. I remember that game. I remember that.
Yeah, but you talking about maybe fast forward 5 years later, bro. That was like one of the boringest games ever.
He said it was arcade also.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Paychecks, it was Reptile. That's what I thought. Reptile was the hidden character in the first Mortal Kombat. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But yeah, man, that's all this. I had kind of been wanting to do something like this. And there's other list out there that we looked at, but I felt like this one was probably more relatable, especially like for the 80s and what we related to. In 1972, it was in the arcade as well.
Yeah, we'll find like other lists, especially for the 90s. I know it's a lot of arcades in the 90s that we played.
That's when it started getting crazy. That's when you had to put $1 in there. They started taking dollars. You know what I'm saying? You know, all that stuff. So yeah, man. That's the list that we came up with. Chat, let us know what you think. Did IBA ever
I'm laughing at here.
No, I'm saying, did he ever tell us what that code was for?
That code, I think that code was for Contra, yeah.
The Contra code?
I think it was Contra code.
Oh, Sneaker Connoisseur put up a code too. That's crazy. I still remember these codes.
I was too slow to remember the code for Killer Instinct because they had a code too for that. Like I said, man, that was my shit back in the day, man. Now, if we talking about like video games now, like basketball, like double dribble, like you hitting that fadeaway three from the corner,
right?
Unstoppable.
Let me see if Beer remember this. Beer, do you remember that they had an album with those video games as songs? Like they had an album called Pac-Man Fever. Have you ever heard of that? Because I had that album back in the day, and it was kind of like a rock and roll, or like a soft rock type feel, but it was all the songs on there were modeled after or inspired by the video games. Beard said no. Beard, when you get a chance, look up Pac-Man Fever, the album.
So it's got different video game theme songs on it?
It's like they wrote songs that It's like it's like modeled after the video games.
Oh,
It's called Pac-Man Fever. The songs are cheesy. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. You listen to them now, they're kind of cheesy. Beard probably like, man, what the hell is Hop talking about? You know what I mean? If
man,
he listens to it, you know
what
what I
you
mean?
doing,
But
man?
yeah, they are cheesy. I'm gonna be honest with you. But it was something different back in the day. And like I said, I had that album back in the day.
Right.
But Beard laughs said, no, he don't remember that.
NBA Live 95.
That was my favorite basketball game to play.
In the 90s, yeah. But in the 80s, it was double dribble all day.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
But then they came out with, like, we was talking about it earlier in the show. You had Jordan versus Bird, and then that's when the Lakers and the Celtics came out. Then it was the Bulls and the Lakers. Then it was the Bulls and the Blazers. And then from that point, it went from that game on to NBA Live. I think it was 94. I think that's right. And then 95 came. Hell yeah. And then let's see, for Nintendo, they had what game they had? They had Tecmo, NBA Tecmo basketball. I think they was kind of reaching with that game because they going off the football franchise. But for me, the football franchise was the best of that whole Tecmo series, hands down.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember they had the Olympic game in that Paychecks. Hell yeah.
Which one? The Olympics game?
In NBA Lives.
Yeah, those well, NBA Jam, I think NBA Jam came out in the 90s, right?
NBA Jam was 92-ish. 92, 93. Because I remember playing the arcade. Now, that's where I used to spend all my quarters at, as far as the 90s. But the 80s, it was Pac-Man. No doubt. Kiss the rim. You damn right, because Bird couldn't dunk worth a shit. But Bird goddamn scored your ass with them threes. That was like one of those hit or miss type games, man. If you're going to get scoring, you pick Bird because you know he going to make every goddamn shot. But if you want to go dunk on the motherfucker, you go get Jordan. So it was kind of like one of them hit and miss things. I said double dribble IBA. Like I said, that corner three, unstoppable. I haven't got blocked in that yet. Since they came out with that game up until now, I never got blocked in that. Either side, top corner to bottom corner. That fadeaway three. Then they had the animations when they dunk, when they show them dunking or whatever.
Mm-hmm. How many dunks did they have? What up, AWOL? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you coming through.
What's up, AWOL?
We're discussing the top video games of the 80s, bro. Let us know what your top favorite video games of the 80s was.
I wasn't really on hoops throwback. Like I said, man, basketball games for me, as far as like arcade, or video game, was double dribble. That's a fact. Coming into the 90s, it was NBA Jams up until NBA Jam starting to get, it started getting played out. And then like the NBA Live came around. Once NBA Live came around, I think it shut it down for all the basketball franchises. Sega had that one on lock. Or EA Sports, I should say. They had that one on lock. Facts. He said Bulls and Blazers and double dribble.
Double dribble.
Like I said, double dribble, 80s game, number one all time. Actually, to me, that should have been in this top 18. That should have took the place of like maybe what was that game? Tempest. They should have took the place of that game. Yeah, they had one reverse and everything else was forward.
Right, exactly. Kind of source said Metroid.
I remember Metroid. So did Mega Man come out in the 80s or did it come out in the early 90s?
Oh man, Mega Man. I can't remember. We have to look that one up.
I want to say it came out like maybe either 89, maybe 90. But Mega Man was another good one.
What's that?
He said, "Stop shitting
Oh,
on damn Tempest." You damn
it's too
right,
late,
because we don't
bro.
know nothing about that goddamn game.
Maybe you might need to make a video and show us how to play it.
Exactly. Put that on your YouTube, man.
Yeah,
You know, you need to pump out some more YouTube videos, bro.
that came out in '87.
Yeah, he said Paycheck says it was the 80s. So okay.
Oh, okay.
That could have been on the list. Mega Man could have been on the list. But if that's all we got, man, I had fun doing this this stroll down memory lane.
Yeah, it
with
brought back some memories, man. I wish they would
yeah,
bring
it
back
did.
these like a retro arcade game. Of course, you
I
would probably
mean,
now have to put $1 in for every time you play it now, since everything has gone up. You know what I mean?
true.
So
Because you don't have like, I mean, they still have a few, game rooms around, but it's not nothing like when we was kids. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I think most of them now is involved in actually being on it or in it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to standing there with a pocket full of quarters and you know you running a tournament in somebody's establishment and shit.
right.
But yeah, I mean, to me, I think that personifies our childhood. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That personifies our childhood. So
I'm surprised
I,
nobody else said that. Sneaker connoisseur Zelda. He said Zelda.
yeah. What now? Was that an actual arcade hit or was that a Nintendo
I
game
think that
hit?
may have been Nintendo, because that game right there, man. That game seemed like that game went on forever.
Forever, forever, ever,
Ever.
forever, ever. Yeah, for real. Sonic, yeah. I think one Sonic like 90s.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Throwback. He said it's not an arcade. Um, I don't know when Sonic came out.
What's
Was that
86?
was that like the first game on Sega?
Sonic. I think it was. I think it was.
Paycheck said I beat Zelda. How long did it take you to beat it? Paychecks
12 years.
and counting.
He said Sonic
Home
was
launch,
the 90s.
home
Yeah,
launch for
Sonic.
Zelda. Yeah, that's what I
Zelda
thought.
was
It
86.
was 86. Yeah, but that was only on the Nintendo home system.
Sega mascot.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got, man. As far as like this list, man. If some of y'all came in late, if you want to go back and check the playback, um, and then just comment, let us know what games you think should have been on the list and what games you think should have been thrown out. Like Jazz got thrown out of Uncle Phil's residence. He said about a year. Took a lot of memory. Right.
I bet it
Right.
did.
Right. Now the best game Gone AWOL said the best game overall is Tecmo Bowl. IBA is a big football fan. So I figured he would probably say that. For real.
Like I said, man, I still play Tecmo Bowl on my phone right now, but it's called Retro Bowl now. It still
They
got
had
that
some of the
8-bit.
dopest songs. Like when you was running down that field with Bo Jackson. No.
I still got, they like a couple of years ago, they actually made the mini versions or the mini classic versions of games. Like you got Super Nintendo, you got the regular NES, and I think it's one more. I got the NES and
They got a Sony PlayStation.
Oh, they do?
Beard,
I
don't
know
start
that.
that, man. He said Tecmo the reason y'all think Bo is Jesus. Come on, Beard. Don't start that, man. We over that, man. We over
Hey, man, how can you put somebody on timeout?
it. He got a ranch.
Yeah, damn, you got a wrench.
He said the Raiders and Bo Jackson was unstoppable. Bo Jack was untackleable.
If you pick the Raiders, you cheating.
Yeah.
That's hands down you cheating if you pick the Raiders. Because you ain't gonna throw the ball, you just gonna run it. That's it. And all you gotta do is run zigzag. That's it. With both. That's it. You ain't gonna catch them.
What does that mean, throwback? Oh, he said Bo is Papa Dios.
Yeah. You ain't stopping Bo at all, bro. At
No.
all. Well, I am mad right now because my Knicks lost.
Uh-oh. In the live.
Yeah.
Time to go. Black when start throwing stuff.
God damn it, these mothers. They at home. God damn it.
Hey, RBA, we talked about that earlier. RBI baseball.
Yeah, we talked about that one,
We talked
man.
about that one earlier, bro. That was the game. That was the baseball game I like to play. RBI baseball.
Yeah, the Niners was another team.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the Niners was another team that you couldn't stop. You had Roger Craig back there in the backfield. You had Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice, you couldn't stop. So yeah,
that's A-Wall's team. He for him to come in.
It was a few teams on there, man, that you couldn't stop, man. But when you pick the Raiders, you might as well go ahead and hit that reset button.
Yeah. Renegade. I'm gonna say one more game I remember. I don't know if y'all remember, but y'all remember Moon Patrol when you was in that little thing and you had to jump over them craters and all that type of stuff.
It's another game that I didn't see on here. Rampage.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either.
That's an 80's game, right?
I think so. Hey, another. I don't know if this one. I can't remember this one. 80's or 90's. I remember playing this game in the skating rink though. But Shinobi.
That's an 80's game. Shinobi. That's the first fighting game that
Shinobi was. Yeah, you was a ninja.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
That's the first fighting.
I used to like that game too. I believe so.
Yeah, that was Sega. Yep.
I believe so. But man, we could be up here all night talking about these video games and stuff, man. So yeah, this was definitely a dope topic. We might have to revisit another list. We might do the 90s next time.
Yeah, we can do the
90s. And like I said, this one was really about games, arcade games that's actually in the arcade, not necessarily like games that you play at the house. Now, we definitely could come back and revisit something like that. Beer said all that ninja stuff was Sega.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely come back and revisit the 90s or in-home consoles. You know what I mean? And the games that came out then. So yeah, we're definitely gonna come back and revisit some of these other arcade games. But yeah, we just wanted to start it off with the 80s. Stuff that we remember, stuff that we thought was dope. And like I said, go ahead, bro.
We couldn't do the 70s because all we're gonna be talking about is damn ping pong game. Real quick. You remember ColecoVision?
Yes.
That was
but I didn't have one.
Yeah, I didn't have one either. My god sister had one because I ended up getting an Atari. I didn't even get the Atari 2600. It was just the Atari.
Yeah.
And they had them little black cartridges with like the little plain look. Yeah, man, I had about 1,000 of them fucking cartridges.
Yep. Bro. And you had to get the what you call it that you had to get the little thing to plug into the back of the TV with the screws. Yeah, you had to, and you would switch it back and forth from game to
TV mode.
Game to TV. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely remember those back in the day because you definitely couldn't play them games without having that.
Right? Hell no.
Put some respect on the TurboGrafx 16 Dreamcast. See, we about to be up here another hour talking.
You ain't never lied.
IPA said I need to find a good game emulator. They sell them little bootleg ones in the middle of the mall that have all them games on it. I got the mini Super NES.
And see,
it's got about 60-something games.
I got a NES
too. Yeah,
that's
right. Paycheck's that adapter.
Only thing I play is Tecmo Bowl on that bitch. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it for the list, man. We appreciate y'all coming out and rocking with us, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Once again, shout out to our sponsor, Beer Jedi, that's in the chat, man. Check out his website, Lift Heavy Clothing. Check him out on IG too, man. He got some dope stuff on there too. And also he's part of Talking Kicks, man. That's our I ain't gonna say sister show, that's our big brother show. You know what I mean? That's our big brother show. You know what I
He said,
mean?
"I ain't gonna say sister show." Okay, then.
Right. Or say you can download one to your computer. Okay. He said I used to have one on my PSP. Appreciate your IBA. You know, you have a good evening, man. I know you got a little time out there left out there in Cali, man. Well, you know what? IBA is on a nationwide tour right now.
I see.
You know
He
what I
going
mean? He's
city to
doing his
city.
thing. He's making his flyers with his cell phone there. You know what I mean? So I was just messing with him. Appreciate you, sneaker connoisseur. Great. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate your rights, beard. Like I say, everybody that came out, the mature kids. Y'all make sure y'all check out the mature kids. I think.
Facts.
Well, I don't know if they're going on vacation, but they might be. Word, let me know if I'm wrong. They got a show probably next week, 7:30 Eastern time. Like I said, also talking kicks. You know, we just give a rundown real quick. You know, check out the Monday midsole. They normally come on 8 o'clock on Mondays. Our brother Cadillac Jackson is doing the Trap House battles. He's a judge on there. I was a judge on there a while ago. So check them out. They got a women's sneakerhead battle coming up. $1,600 on the line. I think the mature kids is also in that tournament. Who else we got? Tuesdays. You know, Rep Note used to come on Tuesdays. He'll probably pop up sooner or later. Like I said, Wednesdays talking kicks. Who's Thursday? Ain't nobody on. 313 used to be on Thursdays. She might come back. Who knows?
Before you move
And
forward, Thursdays they don't go live, but shout out to Sneak This podcast. Them guys over there, I think they're in Arizona. They do like a pre-recorded show. I think they do it on Wednesday nights, and they'll pop up on Thursday morning somewhere up in there. So they normally come on Thursday.
shout out Next Up also. They go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know what I mean? They normally have a pretty dope live. They talk about a lot of different stuff. I know they was talking about cards on there last week. They was talking about like baseball cards, and you know, people are going that's the Trap House. Go to the Trap House on YouTube. But it's an all women's battle right now. But I think they're gonna do another men's battle. They just had the men's battle not too long
I
ago.
think you
Sneaker
have to go in
Connoisseur.
there and do like a 10 clip to actually get
Yeah,
qualified or put in
right.
the
On Dre Jungles. Oh yeah, check out Dre Jungles also. He's a newer YouTuber doing big things. And Saturday, who has the heat? Check them out. They got a dope battle going on right now. I think they got the championship. Also, Chill Town was in the chat. Check channel Chill Town out, man. He's good people also. Give
facts.
him a follow. Him and DeCarlo. One handsome V or Phi, whatever it is. You know,
Yeah, it's
DeCarlo.
one handsome V.
One handsome V. Yeah, check him out. Him and Chill Town are gonna be battling in the championship battle this Saturday. That's gonna be a dope battle. I feel like that's
Sure.
gonna be a dope battle.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gonna be a dope battle. Both of them got some heat. So I think that's it. Did I forget anybody? Caddy, is anybody in the chat? If
Uh,
there's anybody in the chat that's got like a YouTube channel, man, just put your stuff in the chat, and
Shout
so
out to
people can follow you.
Tony C and Detroit Kings for their
Oh yeah.
there used to be Let Me Tell You Something. Now it's what is it now? I'm
I'm gonna
just
tell
say
you
this.
something.
I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
gonna tell you something.
Can't
Yeah.
forget those guys, man. He does a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of prank phone calls, to like these different sneaker shops, sneaker companies. Go check him out, man. Real dope content. He'll have you on your toes laughing, bro, for sure.
Yeah. And if you take them L's on them shoes that you want, he'll help you get through the pain.
Hey, he'll serenade a song for you, man. He got greatest hits.
Yeah, exactly. Different renditions, but I think that's pretty much everybody. Oh yeah, E Money also follow E Money.
Facts.
Beer, put the link in the chat, bro. Only Hams Meat Mania. Yeah, put the link in the chat, bro. Oh man, paychecks, you wrong. Kwame Brown said hit the like button. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm Hop Dog 18. You can find me on IG. Also one half with my brother Black. Uh, you see the banner on there. Use the hashtag Retro Talk Nation, Retro Talk Forum. Give us a tag, and yeah, we'll make sure we shout y'all out in the stories and whatnot. So appreciate your paychecks. Appreciate everybody coming through. And I'm gonna let Black close us out.
Once again, man, very dope show. I always like going down nostalgia hour, uh, reminiscing over things we did back in our childhood. So, Hop came with the idea of doing the video game arcade deal, and I was like, shit, say no more, say less, let's do it.
Say less. Shout out to Caddy.
And you know, next one we probably do another one like this. What was that? The 90s we can do maybe home arcade.
Yeah.
So it's we can bounce around, but just stay tuned, keep your notifications on, hit that like button. I know we don't say that, but I think it's time for us to start saying that. So hit that like button if you like what we're doing. Lets us know that the people really enjoy what we bring to these YouTube waves. And I'm your boy Hop. I was gonna say Hot Dog. Goddamn.
What? We gonna switch identities?
Hey,
All right, we
I'm
got
your
you,
boy Black
PJ.
Ass
We're gonna do
African.
the 90s first. We're gonna do the 90s first. Appreciate you, Beard. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. We'll do the 90s first. Well, I'm Black Ass African.
And I'm Hot Dog 18. And this is Retro Talk Forum. We out of here, players. We'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.